For all intents and purposes, they're aliens.
UFO sightings around the world have reached an all-time high. According to data from the National UFO Reporting Center, UFO sightings experienced a boom in the 1980s. Reported sightings went from less than 5,000 in 1980 to about 10,000 in 1990. But between 1990 and 2000, sightings rose by nearly 30,000. In those 10 years, more than 45,000 sightings were recorded, a record. And it appears the spike in UFO sightings was not an anomaly, but a trend. In an 8-year period from 2002 to 2009, more than 36,000 UFOs were reported. Since then, more than 11,000 more UFOs were reported, with more than 47,000 being cataloged since 2010. Perhaps with 7 new known planets in the universe, we could experience even more close encounters in the future. For Fox News, I'm Rob Demetrius.
In case you thought this was a do-nothing Congress, you'll be happy to know they recently delved into that eternal question. Are we alone in the universe? 2 top astronomers recently told a House Committee on Science, Space, and Technology that they strongly believe we are, in fact, not alone. That there are over 1 trillion stars in the universe, so far as we know, and that the proportion of those with an Earth-like planet could be 1 in 5.
The Pentagon has secured a $630 billion budget for next year, even though it's failed to even account for the money it's received since 1996. A whopping $6.5 trillion of taxpayer cash have gone to defense programs, none of which has been audited. And this black budget has sparked concerns over political fraud.
Hillary Clinton is yet again facing some difficult questions over her handling of classified material while she was Secretary of State.
Had I communicated this information not following prescribed protocol, I would have been prosecuted and imprisoned.
And I said the elite believe they're a new species of inbred psychopaths who are going to merge with machines and become a new species. Google, Ray Kurzweil, Bill Joy, all of them. That's an attempt to build a breakaway civilization, and what humans envision, they've usually done.
The Pentagon is almost certainly the biggest source of waste in the U.S. government. A Reuters investigation says since 1996, the Pentagon has spent $8.5 trillion in taxpayer money that has never been accounted for.
And this is the type of operating practice that if you did it in your own business, if you tried to do it with your own taxes for the government, they'd haul you off to jail.
So what you find with this is that it really has very little to do with your rank. It's whether you're willing to go along with the secrecy. Now, are there senators who know? Yes, Senator John Warner of Virginia was a member of the committee handling this. Would he admit the existence of these programs to fellow senators? No, he would not even in his own party.
One thing I found very interesting in this report is that the Pentagon apparently uses a standard operating procedure to enter false numbers or so-called plugs to cover lost or missing information in their accounting in order to submit a balanced budget to the Treasury. So they can write in everything.
This is a case where why aren't we working with China? Why aren't we working with Russia and let the Earth go into space? And when I say the Earth, I mean all of the Earth. China, Russia, the United States, and whomever else is involved. We could accomplish a lot more working together than we can trying to destroy each other.
They're going to mix aliens into it, but they deal with chemtrails, geoengineering, world government, carbon taxes, implantable microchips.
And get into a space race weapons thing up in space. We're going to have weapons going up there, what, so they can shoot back to Earth? You know, what will these weapons actually do? It's a scary thought.
Our government fired another ICBM at the Pleiadians this time. But the Pleiadians ships are able to change density and do all kinds of things that these guys on this planet have never imagined. And a rocket could pass right through them and not harm them. And plus, they can outrun it, too, if they wanted to just get out of the way. But it's really kind of silly to think that we can take on a race that's been around for many, many, many millions of eons longer than the reptilians.
So it turns out that if aliens ever show up here on Earth, little green men might be the least of our problems. A new study indicates that instead, they'll probably be more like super intelligent dinosaurs, as smart and as cunning as humans. As one scientist put it, we would be better off not meeting them. Sleep tight.
the secrecy that has devolved into these unacknowledged special access projects, which are really rather frightening in how they operate.
Like,
draw a small gray.
Small gray. Damn.
Are these the aliens that you've seen? That is not gray.
No, but...
Which ones do you see?
Yeah, these right here. Small gray. They have a little mouth.
How do they breathe?
They have nostrils, but they don't...
Do they breathe oxygen?
Yes, they can breathe oxygen. The atmosphere on their planet is very similar, but it's a binary star system, so they have like 2 suns, and which makes the air a lot drier. Their skin is their bones are more fragile than ours. But they kind of...
So I can fucking...
They kind of look aliens from Dreamcast.
They don't want to fuck... What's their body look like?
Actually, EBE-1 is a female. The one, was a female. She actually
draw the other one. This is the gray. Draw all 3 of them.
Do the girls have?
Because I want to know which one.
What are the reptile ones look
like? Which one I'd fuck.
And then there's another one, which is actually a clone. Like these things created a clone, which looks something similar, but it has a large.
They cloned?
They have large, pointy noses, but they pretty much.
What's the angry ones look like? The reptile ones that you were talking about? Fucking bad. The ones that we're gonna be fighting.
Yeah, they have small eyes.
Yeah, we actually saw those in Battle LA.
They had small eyes
in their
and
they cut open their stomachs and found
they got
weapons.
weapons.
They didn't have a heart, just
so
a core.
They have weapons.
They're kind of like an onion.
That's theirs.
But it's okay. She's a veterinarian. Are they evil?
The alien ones
or not? They look like reptiles, not friendly.
Yeah, I mean, this thing right here.
The first thing, and they'll go like the fucking first one I talked about.
This thing right here is huge. They're actually they're taller than us. They stand about 6 foot something on an average to 7 foot.
Are they are they like 230?
They're huge. I don't know, but the one image that I have seen of them, they're huge. Like they have a very strong build. Like.
But their bones are fragile.
No, not those.
This is going on American Funny Sundays. Well, what's up with the fucking big dudes? Like, what's their fucking planet like?
Yeah. This guy?
Yeah.
I don't know, but
how do they react? Can they breathe oxygen too?
These, yes. But these and these had a large war.
Okay, who won?
These guys, well, no, these guys won. They almost wiped these out. But
they had a soft spot.
So we should be more worried about their planet was destroyed, so they had to go to the circle.
Fars, which describes itself as Iran's leading independent news agency, claims documents leaked by Edward Snowden provide, quote, incontrovertible proof that an alien or extraterrestrial intelligence agenda is driving U.S. domestic and international policy.
I know that you have something, has some information in regard to non-terrestrial officers. Is that right?
Yeah. There was an Excel spreadsheet, and the title was Non-Terrestrial Officers. Then it had names, ranks. It wasn't a long list. Didn't even fill a whole screen, I think. So I mean, that was entitled Non-Terrestrial Officers, and the other thing was a list of ship-to-ship and fleet-to-fleet transfers. Now, bear in mind, fleet-to-fleet, so multiple ships. And off-planet sort of space marines is being formed.
Will be a new species on this planet. It will be alien, not of this world.
They're afraid of 2 things. One, the scandal of how this has been kept secret would just shock people, frankly. We don't have time to go into all the murder and mayhem that has occurred. I can tell you that there are 3 people on my team in the early days who were assassinated trying to get this information out through me.
For immediate public release. Ambassador of the Inner Earth Kingdom of Agartha to speak publicly in New York, United States of America in 2017. This will be the first step in a public disclosure initiative from those from the Inner Earth, the Kingdom of Agartha, to the people of Earth. We invite all of humanity to attend this public symposium, and learn more about this ancient civilization, and their timely message to humanity. To the people of Earth, we have watched your development for eons. And now is the time to reconnect with our extended family around the world. We invite you to come and learn about your true ancient history that has been purposefully hidden from you by a great and powerful cabal.
said, well, what would you do if you found out there was an illegal criminal operation going on within our government, much bigger than 1,000 times bigger than Watergate, and that was keeping from the public the things that would make our world an incredibly, beautiful place without pollution and poverty within a generation.
Over the years we have communicated with your population to provide guidance to your leaders. In addition, we have sent messages to you through our emissaries, who by our direction, have published our communications through news articles, and selected media outlets.
There's a war underneath there, and I'm talking dead serious. Our military, the Russian military, basically the militaries of the world, have been in constant conflict with the outer space aliens.
We have decided at this point in time in humanity's history to engage in a mutual diplomatic dialogue with the human population, directly, about our culture, technology, and spiritual insights to assist you for the coming changes you will soon experience.
So extraterrestrials have made contact with us?
Yes, there have been events where they have, we have 4,000 cases where they've landed on the ground.
But UFOs turn out to be real. We're not kidding. Recently, the New York Times profiled a secret $22 million Pentagon program that investigated unidentified flying objects. The program wasn't bogus. Investigators found multiple aircraft encounters they could not explain, and they've even been storing metal alloy recovered from the vicinity of these encounters.
And could this be a UFO?
It looks like it's moving with the clouds.
The internet is buzzing this morning over this bizarre video shot near a military base in Dayton, Ohio, that appears to show an object hovering and disappearing into the clouds. Here's another sighting of a similar object, also allegedly seen in the skies over Dayton, believed to be the same UFO.
I will also tell you that the fact that the ETs, these civilizations are watching to see if we want to grow up or not.
And I want to say something right now. It is alien technology. Do you understand what that means, Media Matters and Right Wing Watch in the White House? Of course you do.
Passed us like 30 seconds ago.
Number 71 Papa Golf, negative.
Okay. Something this. A UFO.
So what you're saying is that the reason they're hiding this from us is because the technology's there that we wouldn't need the fossil fuel industry?
We would not, no, we do not need oil, gas, or coal, or nuclear power, or centralized utilities, and have not needed them for decades. So you're talking several $100 trillion in assets that would be impacted by the disclosure of the fact that we're not alone.
We can gain so much knowledge from things we learn in outer space that we can apply back here on Earth and make living for every human being on this planet a better deal.
I want the life extension for everybody. The population gets too big, off-world colonies.
This is something we can actually prove, and it's a terrible breakdown in our constitutional oversight system.
To bring down globalism will be complete. Archetypally, Trump is now holding up the Gorgon head and all the corruption and all the secrets and the entire global network tied into her as one of the top managers. He now has the Medusan head to take on the Kraken of the global network, the Chi-Coms, the unelected EU, Hollywood.
Your president is more than aware of extraterrestrial beings, interdimensional beings. He's quite a unique president all of his own. And he's connected to individuals that even control time.
I want the technology, I want the medicine, I want the innovations, I want them now. Humans developed it, our ancestors built it, it doesn't belong to you. You got us fighting over the word mom and dad while you're stealing the whole future from us, you pieces of crap.
underneath there, and I'm talking dead serious. Our military, the Russian military, basically the militaries of the world, have been in constant conflict with the outer space alien.